because I'm starving. I mean, I need to make me something to eat for breakfast. Don't know what I want to fucking eat yet, but I'm looking at the refrigerator. It's gonna be a little bit too hot to cook. But I'm gonna try to get it out the way because it's still a little bit early. Um, I came on here because I wanted to talk about the cell phone and the females that use their cell phone. And I'm getting a lot of backlash from women saying that what is wrong with women using their cell phones? Nothing's wrong with a woman using their cell phones. Y'all can use your cell phones anytime y'all fucking want. But the thing is that um, I was talking to somebody on a website. She disagreed with my post. Like I said, you can disagree with me. It's your opinion. You have that right. But I brought up this thing from, if you ever been in a club back in the 90s, and back in the clubs of the 90s, women used to get in for free, right? They get the free drinks. Um, sometimes it would be more women than men in the club because women will actually be able to get in for free and get some drinks. And the men had to come and pay. That means a man would have to put $20, maybe 15, 10. This is back in the 90s, was probably a little bit more cheaper than it is today. Getting in the club, you got to pay like 30 or $40. There's no women in the club. There's no men in the club at all because us men, we don't even go to the clubs like we used to because, women be on their phones all day. So we don't really go to clubs to meet women on their phones. But like I was saying, I was telling her it's the same way as today as cell phones. Why did they invent the cell phone? They invented the cell phone for men. They invented the cell phone for women to get men to pay online to talk to them. That's why they created WhatsApp. That's why they created Tinder. That's why they created Moco Space. That's why they created Tag. That's why they created MySpace. Remember, these sites were for free back in the 90s. They were for free. You can have all what you wanted in these websites for free because you will get the chance to meet somebody, go out on a date with them, and it was all for free. Messages, pictures, everything. Now, now you go on these websites like Tag, Tinder, Moco Space, and many other websites. They're not free anymore, but they're still free for women because women can get on there for free and men have to pay. Like I said about the clubs, that's the same way with the clubs. Women get in for free, get drinks for free. Men had to come and pay and also had to pay for drinks for the women. So it's just like that. Somebody told me that's not every woman. I was like, I'm not saying it's every woman. There's 166 million men in the United States, right? Just think about that. Out of 4.8 billion men in the world, and you look at all the women, that's 4.1 billion, right? Women in the world. How is it that us men are having problems today in this generation, which was a lot easier back then, to talk to women, even though men still head to the club and didn't mind paying $15, $10 to go to the club to meet women because there were more women than men there. But it was much easier because women will talk, conversate, and communicate, and actually want to meet that guy again. But today, you go to a club, you walk into a club or a bar, women have their faces in their phones. And us men, we come in there trying to meet women. Why would we want our faces in our phones to meet a woman? We come there to meet you, not come to you to be on your phone. And it's not nothing wrong with a female being on her phone. It's just the fact is that females use their phones to keep men away. And women will always complain that there's no men at the club, there's no men at the bar, men don't come out as much. Because why? We rather play our PlayStation, Xbox all day long. We rather sleep, we rather eat, go to the gym, work out, go play some basketball, you know, then go to a bar and a club on a weekend knowing that we're not going to have a chance. It's just the facts. We don't get chances like we used to back when I was younger and I was in my 20s when in the 90s. Now I'm 50 now, and females always tell me that I'm wrong. And I'm like, well, I lived in the 90s and I seen the internet that was invented. And when the internet came out, when it went to its explosion, women were the first one to attack it. Men never got a chance to because us men didn't care too much about the internet. I mean, applications, they started inventing applications to bring people into the phone, because if they didn't have applications, nobody would be using the phone today, because the phone will just be text messaging and probably taking pictures like it was in the 90s before they brought out the first iPhone, and the first iPhone had apps on it. Then they started exploding with these apps, and all these companies started making these apps so they could make billions off of females, because most of the apps that you see are all for females to get on for free and have men pay. That's why men don't be on their phones that much. The only time that we're probably on our phones is when we probably are doing work, or we're probably watching YouTube, TikTok. Maybe we'll probably get on some applications to see if we can talk to some females, because they do have a lot of applications that you can talk to females. But some of them are for free, but you got to watch out because of viruses. You got to watch out for, scams, catfishing, and all that other kind of stuff. We go through a lot as men trying to meet females today, and we're going through the internet. We're not meeting females on the street like we used to, that we could talk to a female and say, hello, my name is Michael. Oh, my name is Susie. Next thing you know, y'all talk for 15, 20 minutes. The guy gets the number and he leaves. It's not like that no more. Men have to go through so much to get a conversation with a female on the internet. They have all these applications that they want to give you, or links or bios, just to get a guy to talk to him. And there's only one guy that's trying to talk. It's not three or four, five guys. There's only one guy a female could actually talk to. But females want to talk to five different guys. And I always believe it's pay to play sometimes. But if you want a relationship, you want to go through the internet to get a relationship. But how in the old days that we didn't have internet, and we actually went out and tried to find a woman? Like, we actually, us men put the sneakers on, the clothes on, the smell goods on, the gum in our mouth, and we went outside and we went out there to try to find a female. Even if it was at the club, even if it was at a corner store, even if it was on the block, even if it was at the beach, even if it was at a hotel. It was something that we did because we loved females. We wanted to get some Gucci on some real shit. Even if we didn't, we wanted a relationship. Because last time I remember, back in the 90s, a lot of men were in relationships. And it had nothing to do with the phone. The phone came out later on, but the phone wasn't like what it is today, that is keeping men away. Women want to know why men ain't talking. It's because you got your cell phone. Why would I talk to you? You got your cell phone in your hand. Why would I? You don't want to be interrupted. You want to take photos. You want to be an influencer. You want to dress half naked. You want men to like your photos. But women don't put photos online or videos online for men. They do it for women because it's a competition for likes and comments. Us men, yeah, we don't get that many likes and comments. Women telling me, oh, men be on their phone, but men don't get likes and comments like females do. We'll probably get most time we'll probably get at least about 5 or 1,000 comments, but it takes us a long time to get 1,000 likes. Like, I could put a woman could be on YouTube right now, make the most stupidest video. She can get 1,000 likes just because how pretty she is. A man can do the same thing. A man's not going to get that. Even if he's a nice looking guy, he's not going to get a 1,000 people liking his video. It'll probably take time. Bobby is probably something interesting that he's talking about that they probably attracts the person to watch the video or peek in or whatever or comment. But it takes a while for a man to get 1,000 unless he is an influencer. I'm not hating on women. We can do anything they fucking want. But you cannot tell me that women don't dominate the internet, because men we don't dominate the internet, because if we did, we will be more likely to be talking to more females. We wouldn't mind a female being on her cell phone when we're trying to talk to her, because women will be on their fucking cell phones when a man actually. Now she's like, well, I'm not interested. Well, why don't you just say that? Why you gotta be on your cell phone to say you're not interested? And even if the man's aggressive, you can still walk away. If you have a man, you have a man. I respect that. You got a man. I don't talk to women that got men in the first place. I don't ever step on a man's shoes. When they're in a relationship, they're in a relationship. I'm not going to take nobody, not even my homies that got a girlfriend. I won't even talk to them. Like, I say hi to them and just keep on talking about something else and not try to put my eye on their girl. That's disrespectful. But the thing is, when you got this internet thing, it makes men feel like, damn, women are more in love with their phones and obsessed with their phones than being obsessed with a guy. Because I heard a lot of relationships that men are breaking up with their women because of OnlyFans or whatever application that they're on, that men are actually finding out that they're paying to play or selling photos or dressing up in cosplay or whatever. And men are finding out about this. Now, women should say, well, why are men jealous? We're not jealous. We're in a relationship. You are dragging other men to break up our relationship. We're not minding you having a phone. That's your phone. You pay the bill. Now, if I pay the bill, that's something different. You pay my bill, that's something different. But when you're paying your bill, that's cool. You can do whatever you want with your phone. But if you're with somebody, isn't that called disrespect? If you're with that guy and you're on your phone talking to another guy, now girls will say, well, guys do that with females. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Us guys will never get an opportunity to actually meet the female. Because 9 out of 10, females really don't talk to guys really too much. We'll like their photos, we'll comment on their photos, but that's all we'll get. Men will actually answer back a female that a guy, that a female will actually answer a guy back after he comments. Females, my fault, guys will actually answer back. Females won't answer back a guy, period. A guy can have the most nicest looking pictures, and females will go through all the pictures and hate the fact that he got more pictures than her. And then call the guy a name. Oh, he's stuck up. Oh, why you need all them pictures? Because I'm a guy, I should be able to like myself, but females will post trillions of photos and they want guys to like their photos. They want them to. They want them to go on there because women will say, "Do I look pretty? Do I look sexy? Am I sexy enough to date?" My ex boyfriend told me I was too fat. That's a bunch of cap. If a female got a nice ass body and she got to go online to tell you that her ex boyfriend said that she was fat or she's ugly, that means she is trying to get attention, even though she has a boyfriend, because her boyfriend's not saying the things that she wants him to say about her body that another man would. Another man will say a woman's body's sexy. Another man will say a woman got a fat butt. You know what I mean? Or big titties. Or something like that. If her man's not saying that, she'll get upset and she probably wants that attention from another man. And she will try to go and get that attention from another man by posting herself. Even though her boyfriend is right there. Her boyfriend's not going to know. Because her boyfriend's probably not jealous. Or her boyfriend doesn't know, period. See, that's what I'm talking about. Women can cheat better than men. Men have problems cheating. We're stupid. We can't cheat. We can get away with sometimes cheating, but we get caught because we do something stupid. Women will actually plan how they're going to do things, and it's through the phone. And the phone is the best invention for the woman for cheating, lying, and conniving, and doing other things, influencing, making money, all the things. This thing is created for women. It was never created for men. That's why they created applications. The applications are built on women getting on it for free, and men have to pay to actually meet women. This is all through these websites like what's that website? So there's a dating website that has that. They started that shit. All these love sites like Cupid and many other websites that women can get on for free and men have to pay nearly $100 to stay on this website. Like my bulls, they're on this other thing that starts with a D. They can actually see women do webcamming. The women will get on the webcamming for free, and the men have to pay to watch them do whatever they do. Now, OnlyFans is the only site I think women pay for through taxes. But before it was free. Then the government made them put taxes on it. So I don't know if they're going to do that to every website to force women to pay because men are going on there to pay first for women to actually talk to them. And the women, and I'm be honest with you, a lot of these women are not good looking. And a lot of women are catfishing. And a lot of women are lying and saying that they're in their city and they're not, and they're setting men up. And this is just facts. It's not a lie because you always see it on the internet. Not just the internet, just the news too, because a lot of men are getting set up by women through the internet. And it's through these free apps. Because men have to pay to get on these apps. And once women know these men are paying to get on these apps, like hundreds of dollars just to meet them for one fucking night or a date to go out to a dinner or a lunch, but the woman's on her phone taking pictures of the food, or she's getting phone calls from out of nowhere and she's on the phone leaving the table while the man is still sitting there waiting for her to come back, trying to be respectful. Next thing you know, she sits down. He's like, everything's good. Yeah, everything's good. Her phone rings again. She's back on her phone. So the man will get up and leave. Because why would a man want to date a woman that's on her phone all the time? Now, women want to talk about men on video games. Of course, that's our pastime. Ever since video games came out, it came out in the 70s. So we have video games from ever since the 70s. So we as men, really as kids, like my age, because I was born in 76, Atari, ColecoVision, all that came out around that time, we enjoyed that pastime. Even though we still went outside, we still did this. Our mom and dad made sure we didn't stay in the fucking house all day. We went outside. We didn't play our video games until we got older, and when video games got more advanced and gotten better, like PlayStation, Xbox, and many other like Sega Master System, Nintendo came out. We started playing these games, and women started playing video games on top of that. Because women can't say they don't play video games neither, because they do. But majority of men play video games. And my age, as being 50, I still play video games because that was my past. My past will never leave me because the games that I used to play in the past, they put them back on these video games. So that's what keeps me busy. It keeps me from going out there doing the most worst things I could ever do in my life. It keeps me from being murdered, killed. It keeps me from doing drugs, keeps me from being an alcoholic. These things that they created for men, and it keeps us away from stress and depression. This is the reason why they created video games. They created to help people with stress and depression. I have a video game because I have bipolar depression, and I deal with stress and anxiety. So it keeps me calm. It keeps me when I want to come home, I want to play my video game. But I'm single now. If I had a female, I really would play my video game because my attention will be on her. But her attention will be on me because she has a cell phone. It's hard for a woman to give a man attention when they have attention given to them by other people. Men don't get attention like that. You got to understand, we're men. We don't get attention like that from other women unless we're cheating. And if we're faithful, we're going to push other females away to make sure that you're the only one. We'll try, but it's up to you to try too. But sometimes y'all don't. Y'all got your phone in y'all hand, and y'all on it like 24 hours a day, 7 day a week, taking photos, taking private videos, sending it to other people, putting it on YouTube, putting it on TikTok, putting it on Instagram. Instagram is the biggest fucking fraud website of all time, and it has more women on there than men. Women are on Instagram more than any site in history. It's Instagram. When Instagram was created, women jumped on that website and never been off that website ever since. And you can even see it by the influence of how the internet has brought women to it. Because men were just like, wow, like we had problems getting on the application. Even on Facebook, when Facebook started, they used to keep men from talking to females on Facebook. Unless you knew the female, unless you knew the person, you could get on Facebook, or they will block you and take you off of Facebook. Now you can talk to anybody, but now you still have to pay to be on Facebook. Certain things you have to pay. And they have a dating site on there that they're building that you are going to have to pay to be, for men to be on there, because they have to make money. Dating is the biggest money maker. So they know that men are on the internet because they have to be. And the only way to order the men to meet women is the internet. Because outside, women don't talk to men at all. It's like they're afraid of men. But they'll be on the internet talking to these same men that they won't talk out in the street that they fear. But when we're trying to meet them, they won't meet us. They'll give us a hard time. They'll lie to us. They'll tell us that they have to pick up their kids, or they got to work or something like that. And we're putting all the time to try to get this woman to be interested in me. But you're telling me to send you money, send you things for your cell phone, and you'll get some sex. Why do I need to give you things to get a relationship? Like the old days, I had to give you shit. All I had to do was probably take you out to a dinner and probably hoping that you like me because of my conversation and my personality and my looks. But that's all. It wasn't me giving you shit. I ain't had to give you no money for no damn photos, no videos. I didn't have to pay to play. Now, pay to play was different back then because they had separate websites that were for free for men and women to get on. It was called Craigslist, and it was called Backpage. Then they destroyed that, and then they say, well, we don't want them to give men sex, to pay for sex, to try to meet women. No, we're going to make them pay for it. And they made us pay ever since then. And it's terrible that men have to pay for pussy and the dick is for free. That just drives me crazy. Like, how is it that I could go out with you and I gotta buy you all this shit just for you to see you again, knowing that you're gonna keep on asking me for more shit, and I don't want to spend. And I have a child, or I've had children, and I'm taking care of a home and I got to pay bills and all that kind of stuff, but you're draining my pockets. That's why I don't do that. Because I always believe the internet is the devil's playground and the women are the demons. And I'm not being mean to say that because you're starting to see it now. It's not just the petite women, it's the big women. And that's not just the big women, it's the older women that are doing this to men too. You know, it's not like it used to be, it was just the young bucks that used to be playing guys. Now it's the different generations that are doing it because it's like it's a copycat league or it's a competition. It's like you have to destroy the man's ego. Like you can't let the man actually date you. You gotta play with his mind. Then if you get him, you take everything from him and you dump him. That's how it is today. I'm not saying every woman's not dating a guy out here because I don't know everybody's relationship. I don't. I hope their relationships are good because I believe us men we do deserve a good relationship because a lot of us men are not dealing with relationships no more. We don't even not even have any kids. We're not getting married like we used to be. I mean, we're not doing the things that we used to do because women are pushing us away. Because every time I turn around, I see a woman on her cell phone in her back pocket. Which women should put her phone in the back pocket, or they put it in the loosest pocket they can put it in, so the phone can fall out their fucking pocket. And then they get mad and lose it, and then they gotta go and pay another $1,000 for another phone. Don't let a new phone come out with a better camera or a better text messaging system. Females will go out and spend a whole bunch of money on a cell phone just to enjoy the camera. They don't buy the phone for the technology that everything that's in the phone that you need, like the calculator, the clock, or many other things that they have in the phone that people really don't know. They have so much stuff in the phone, just like a computer, but they only worry about the damn camera and the text messaging and the apps. I'm like, why do y'all pay a bill? That's what y'all pay the bill for? Y'all don't talk on the phone. When y'all text, y'all be writing all these words that don't make no sense. And y'all always using these different type of words that that young bucks use and this generation use and don't make no sense. So what do you pay for a phone for? It's just the culture that's been destroyed from the cell phone. And they know it. They making billions of dollars off of us, dog. Billions. And they know that once they put a new application, we're going to download it. Every application that comes on the phone, we download because we have to see what it look like. Even if it's for free for women, they're going to take advantage of it, and men are going to probably get on it because they'll say, damn, this is a new site. How many women they got on this website? Because us men, we're curious. We like to go on these websites to see if these websites are for free for us so we can start meeting some chicks. But when we go on there, it's like $19.99 for a month or $39.99 or $50 for a year. Like, are you serious? It's like I'm going to a fucking gym. Like I'm getting a Planet Fitness membership. You can't even go to Planet Fitness to meet a woman because they're already on their phone trying to make themselves look good in front of the camera, exercising. And every woman think a man's trying to talk to them because they're facing their camera towards their butts. And a man's trying to say, excuse me, can I get that motherfucker weight right there? I need them 20s. Oh, you're trying to look at my ass. What? I'm trying to get them 20s. What are you talking about? I've been in this gym for 2 hours. I just seen you. Can you please move away from the rack of weights so I can go and get that 20s? And then a woman start arguing with the guy, and the guy's like, "What the hell?" And like women will start arguments inside of a gym because they think men are looking at them because they're standing in front of a camera. That makes no sense. What the fuck you go to the gym for? To stand in front of a mirror in front of a camera to show 100 other people that really don't care that you're lifting weights and how good your body look. They don't care. Men want to have sex. Women are jealous. Women probably don't even care either because women are just probably like, why? Probably the girl that's on the camera, the girl's probably looking for her man on her fucking friend list. So I want to wait. So I'm excuse me, can you move out of my way? And I know when I start Planet Fitness on Monday, that's what's going to probably happen. I'm probably going to see women standing in the mirror taking influence pictures of themselves as ways. Men do it, but see, we don't do it to have women stand there and look at us and how good we look. We do it because we do it probably for videos that we do it for dieting or something like that. There's some men out there that will do it for influencing, but you really don't notice it too much. Women will actually show how they're in front of the camera 24/7, taking photos of themselves, taking videos of themselves, just to get a like and a comment, which really, honestly, the likes and comments really doesn't make you any money. It's really the views that make you money. But they want the likes and comments because I feel today's generation, and even my generation, it lost something. It lost integrity, and it lost something else. that women are just looking at themselves. They don't think they think they're gonna get old. They don't want to get old. They don't want to get old. They don't want to get wrinkled. They don't want to they don't want men to not like them as they turn 30 or 40, because women don't want to turn 30. I see a lot of women hate 30 and they hate 40. And I'm like, why? That's your that should be the best time of your life is in your 40s, because you're about to be 50, you'll be about to be half 100. So why are you not excited to be 50? Because you made it to be 50. It's hard to even make through your teenage years to get to your 20s, then to make it through your 20s to get to your 30s. It's hard to live life to survive, and you're mad because you're about to be 40. And that's what I don't understand. You're mad because you're getting wrinkles. That means that you are aging and you can't defeat Father Time. That's just you can't defeat them. Like, and you're gonna go through menopause. Yes, that's part of life. Like us men, we go through prostate cancer. We go through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? In our lives, and thinking that we don't get sick, we don't go through trouble getting wrinkled, gray hair, and getting old, and all these different things are happening to our bones. Women think it just happens to them. And women thinking that men are just going to hate them because they're going through an episode in their life. That's what you're supposed to go through. Y'all go through your period at a young age, and y'all go through menopause at an older age. Well, honestly, that's what's supposed to happen to you. You're supposed to get old. You're supposed to get wrinkled. If you keep yourself in shape, because you're never going to lose wrinkles. You're never going to stop getting wrinkles. You're not going to stop getting gray hair. You're not going to stop getting bones like arthritis and diabetes and many other diseases. You can't stop that. But women are complaining about that because they don't want that, but you're going to get it anyway. But they try to hide it through trying to look young. You don't have to look young for a man to like you. I love older women. So older women to me is, I don't care if they are wrinkled. It's just that's part of their life. I don't care if they got kids. That's part of their life. I can't change what they do. But women want to keep a barrier between them and age. Like they're not going to like life is going to be with them forever, and it's not. You're going to pass away. There's a lot of young women that are actually killing themselves to stay young and be in gyms all the time and actually destroying their bodies, getting surgeries, doing all these things, destroying themselves to stay young and compete with generation X, Y, A, B, C, Roman numeral, whatever decade this is of generation. They're competing for what? A photo doesn't tell you who you really are unless I meet you in person and really get to know your personality. Remember, you have a personality. When you get old, your personality never changes. You can't. Your personality will always be the same. So I'm not falling in love with your body because your body's going to get wrinkled and old. I'm falling in love with your soul and your personality because that's all I'm going to have of you when you're laying in that motherfucking deathbed. And the only thing you can do is still have that personality for you. Close your eyes and never wake up again. But women don't understand that. They think their bodies is going to impress men. Yes, it does. Us men, we do chase women with bodies, but you get old. And then a man probably like, damn, I like her. I'm gonna marry her. But the personality is trash. A man ain't gonna love a woman that has a trashy ass personality. Because they gotta deal with stress, depression, they gotta deal with all this other stuff behind the female that they carry with them. And they hide it until they get to a relationship and take it out on the man. And the man like, well, goddamn, why you wait until we get in a relationship to take all your depression and stress and anxiety out on me? We didn't do this shit when we were friends. Now we're in a relationship. Now you're doing this, and you think I could take this? No, I'm good. I'm out. So men leave. Oh, he cheated on me. Oh, he lied to me. Oh, he said he gonna marry me, be with me forever. Oh, but did you understand that you have a personality that's trash? And a man don't fucking trust you? But that's another thing. Trust is a big thing. And when you're on your cell phone, how can a man trust you when you're on your cell phone every day? That just a man starts to not wanting to be around you as much because they see that you're on your cell phone and the trust level goes down. Because you want to take a man's phone and go through his phone, a woman will snatch her phone away from the table when a guy's just looking down at the table at something else or trying to pick up something. She'll snatch her phone from the table and he'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, nothing. The man, I saw videos like that a lot. Women will snatch their phones in front of their guy when the guy was even trying to even touch her phone. And she'll hold it to her chest like, what are you doing? I'm not doing anything. Then he'll just get up and leave. That is something that I like. Why are you leaving? What did you just fucking do? What did you just fucking do? Did you just snatch your phone and put it to your chest and you scared that I'm gonna touch your fucking phone? I'm not gonna touch your phone. That's your phone. You keep your phone. I'm out. That's that trust shit. You can't be in love if you don't trust nobody. You can't be with somebody if you don't trust nobody. That's the biggest thing. I don't give a fuck how good she look. I don't give a fuck how long you've been with that motherfucker. Trust is the biggest issue that we are having issue with nowadays in a relationship. I don't give a fuck how big her ass is, titties are. I don't give a fuck how big his penis is. I don't care how built he is. If you can't trust anyone, you can't be with them, not even friends, because it's not going to work. Because all you're going to think about the negative things that person done through that cell phone or just their life, period. That's why I'm like, why the fuck do women get mad at men telling the truth and facts about them when I've been here 50 years and I've seen shit women have done. And it says just with women I experienced. No, I've seen relationships. I've been around other people's relationships. I see my friends go through shit. I see women mistreat men and I see men mistreat women. So I seen it. Why would I lie about that? Why would I bring up facts that happened 30 years ago, 40 years ago that's actually happening in the fuck today? But today it's the internet age. So it's different now. The internet has really destroyed relationships. It has. It's destroyed it. Social media has destroyed relationships. And it's a fact. Videos are being made about it, but videos are being kept away from people. So, you know, they needed to make money. Destroying relationships make money. Like divorce. Divorce makes money. Come on, man. Divorce makes money. If divorce happens, divorce make money. You know what I mean? That's why they need people to break up, because that makes money. Drama makes money. Lies make money. That's what they need the internet for. Because it lies. It has drama. It has demons all over the motherfucking place. It brings up a lot of hatred in relationships. And it does bring a lot of divorce, separation. It does. It does it a lot. And they are hiding it from the public because they don't want you to believe that nothing's going on. They want you to believe that social media is helping relationships. And it's not. It's not. It's making money for people. Because without drama, without all this shit that's going on in the world that's going on today, without lies that, you know, Donald Trump is saying all the fucking time, people wouldn't be interested in the phone. You gotta have lies. You can't tell the truth about everything. Because people don't want to go nowhere near the truth. The truth will burn the shit out of somebody. People want you to lie. That's why when you go to court and you see that motherfucker sitting in that chair right across from you and he's looking at you and he want you to fucking tell the truth so he can take your whole family out. That's why they said it's good to lie when you are in court. Because you don't want your family to get hurt. Oh, you don't think all these motherfuckers, a person that gets shot on the corner and they all seen the person get shot will tell you, I ain't see shit. Because they have to lie in order to survive, right? That's what they do on the internet. They lie to get likes and comments and views. You have to lie. You can't tell the truth. You can't. And even if you tell the truth, your videos are not going to be shown that much. Truth doesn't make money anymore. Because I remember back when I was growing up, if you lied, you would get your ass kicked. And it ain't from any fucking body. Today, if you lie, people will be your best friend. They'll let you into their family. You'll get married because you lied. Because lying today is more acceptable than it was back then. Because, like I said, because the internet had destroyed the way we tell the truth. Because when you get on the internet, that's all you see is lies. But people believe the internet is true for some fucking reason. Oh, the internet tells the truth about everything. No, fuck, it does not. Just because they fact checked you, that don't mean that they're telling the truth too. They may be lying to you when they fact check you, but they want you to not be. They don't want you to spread no truth. That's why they don't give a lot of people a lot of followers or a lot of subscribers. Because when people start telling the truth, they'll give them less subscribers. You know, or less. Because but it stirs up drama. Yeah, they'll give them a lot of subscribers because it stirs up drama. That's what it is. Or they paying for certain things to be on their website to keep them on there to get more likes, to get more comments, to get more followers. It doesn't matter if they tell the truth or not, as long as it's making the company money. That's what it is, all about money. But it is to us as people, as human beings, in reality, it's hard for us men to get a relationship because we don't know if the female is going to marry her phone or she's going to marry me. Or she's going to want to be an influencer. That's your choice. You want to be an influencer, go ahead and do that. But how you do it is what keeps a man in your life. Because if you're going to do it a disrespectful way, by tearing your clothes off, to spin around 3 times, to have men say, God damn, you got a nice body, because men don't have to tell you got a nice body. You should already fucking know your damn self that you got a nice body, because you worked hard to get that body. So why the hell you can't believe in yourself to have all these men tell you that you're beautiful just to get likes and comments and have you reach 1 million so you can make money? That's understandable if you want to make money, but goddamn, why is men out there working? Why is out there men out there working, making money if you don't want to be in a relationship with a man that got a job? And women will go after the men that are broke, but talk about the men that are broke, but won't go after the men that have money, like the billionaires and the billionaires. But they'll talk shit about the men that are broke. Oh, you don't got no money. Well, won't you go out there and date Warren Buffett then? Won't you go out there and date Elon Musk? Let's see if they will fucking bring you into their fucking life. Once you go and marry an NBA basketball player or NFL football player that make millions and see they will bring you into their life when you're broke. You're talking about a man that's broke, but you're broke. Because it makes them feel good about themselves. So it will make them feel like, okay, I don't work, I don't got no job, I got no money. He got a job, but he's making less money. Let me break him down so I won't feel like when he comes to attack me and tell me that I don't work and I don't make no money, I can tell him that he broke. He don't make enough money. Because that's what women do. And I always tell, okay, well, since I don't make enough money, why don't you go and date Elon Musk? They'll probably look at you like you crazy. Because they know they don't have a shot with Elon Musk. I don't give a fuck how good their body looks. Because Elon Musk was with some weird looking women. But I'm telling you, Elon Musk won't even throw it. Warren Buffett, even though he's like 90 years old. But still, you got all these rich motherfuckers won't deal with a broke woman. But a woman that calls a man broke, they should look at themselves in the mirror. If you're not working, you don't have no money, you have no car, you have no house, you live with your mom, you live with your grandma, you live in that home, and this man's working, even though he lives with his mother, even though he's probably got kids, but he's doing his responsibilities, why won't you keep that man in your life? Why is it you got to tear him down? And then after that, you're lonely. Then you're trying to find another man, and another man's probably going to want to be with you because you don't have no money. Eye for an eye. Being honest, being truthful. Because there's a lot of men out there look for women that got jobs also. Yeah, men use women too. Of course, I did that shit back in my past. But the thing about it is that you know when women are getting sick and tired of you, they will leave you the fuck alone. Us men, we try our hardest to try to keep our relationships sometimes because it was hard for us to get in a relationship with you in the first place. Then we had to take a long time to get to know you. Even to get the coochie, we had to take a long time to get the coochie. Then we fell in love with you, not your body. Probably something that we fell in love with you that you probably another female would never do for us. We fell in love with that. Because us men, we value women different than women value men. Because once we get into a relationship, we see something different than a woman. Yeah, we got moms, we got sisters, we got cousins that are female. But sometimes us men, yeah, we do try to gravitate towards a woman being our mother sometimes because that's all we've been around all our life is our moms. Like, that's the reason why sometimes we act like kids around females because our mothers were the ones that actually protected us. And we believe that our women should do the same to us too, is protect us like we should protect them. But women are trying to get away from that. So men are just like, you know what? Bet since women don't want to be with me, I just be by myself. We rather be by ourselves and be learning things about ourselves because us men start learning a lot about ourselves when we're by ourselves. We really do. We start being more clean. We start being more active. We start losing weight. We start eating better. We start doing a lot of things that women be like, God damn, like we didn't want men to do that. We didn't want men to be going out there doing good things for themselves. They should be in a relationship so we can destroy the motherfuckers. Because once they get destroyed, you ever see men gain weight? You ever see men get depressed when we're in a relationship? You ever see men get down and get sicker when they're in a relationship? They even have a fact that men stay alive longer and single than in a relationship. They live longer. It's the truth. And they're less to have diseases and stress and depression when they're by themselves because we are active. We are doing more of being outside. We're around homies. We play our video games. We probably smoke. We probably go out there to the football games, basketball games. We spend money by some Jordans, by the things that we like, the things that we like. You know what I mean? We're active, so we don't sit around the house. And I think sometimes women believe that men should stay home and not be outside as much. That's why women will date men in prison because the men in prison are the ones that don't go nowhere. So women will actually try to date men out of prison because the men are in a jail cell and they don't go nowhere. So they actually keep an eye on them. Us men, we can roam around all we want, and when we're single, you can't keep an eye on us. That's why women was like, "Well, I'm in a relationship with you." I said, "You're not in a relationship with me. We're friends with benefits. You're not my girl, so I'm not gonna tell you where I'm fucking going." Now we're in a relationship and we're married. or we're engaged, that's different. But if we're friends with benefits, I don't owe you shit. I don't gotta tell you where I'm fucking going. You don't gotta tell me where you fucking going. You know what I mean? I can fuck whoever I want. I can be whoever I want. You can fuck whoever you want. You can be whoever you want. I'm not your tool. I'm not nothing to you. I'm just a friend. I'm a benefit. That's it. Friends with benefits is when you're sexually active with the person and you're spending money on each other. That's a friends with benefits. If you're in a relationship like being married or engaged, that's different because engagement means a promise. That means you're going to marry that person in the future. When you're married, that means you have something together, like a license together to be married. I don't want that. I want friends with benefits. I don't want to be in a relationship tied down with anybody. I don't. And that's the thing. I'm 50 years old. And 50 years old, that's half 100. I don't know when these times are going to be gone. I'm not going to be tied down. I don't want to be depressed. I'm already stressed. I'm already struggling with depression. I'm already struggling with my weight. I already have certain diseases that I have to monitor and keep from me from dying from. Why would I want that stress just because it gets some coochie? Which I could get it probably anywhere if I pay for it. Or nowadays it's hard to get it for free, but I could get a probably look on a porn site for free. Or I could download some photos to my phone for free. You know, they still got magazines, so I could get magazines from the store that has Playboy and many other magazines that I could get. And I have a hand, so my hand will always be something that I can use for myself. I don't get nobody pregnant. I get no diseases and many other things that this can satisfy me with. So it's not like I can't do anything. I'm not saying the coochie ain't the thing that is the best thing in the world, because it is. It's the greatest thing ever created. But the thing about it is that you can't get it. So you got to do other means. Because that's part of being a man. A man ain't going to just stand there and wait. You know what I mean? I'm not begging for no coochie. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not begging for a woman to be in a relationship with me. That happened in the past. I can't. I don't do that shit no more. I just look at females as grown women that are lost in this generation of the cell phone, of social media, a way men today, they say men treat women bad, and I'm like, I don't think that's true. I think in the past, yes, men treated women like shit for 10,000 years. Women been treated by shit by men, maybe longer than that. But you look at today's generation of men, these men don't know how to deal with women. So women take advantage of what they have now, of having everything in law for them. Most things are in law for them, and they got rights now, which they didn't have rights in the past. Ben had all the power over the woman. Now the power has been taken away from the man. Now the woman is taking that power for themselves and using it against men because they think they can do that now. So that's why men have a penis, females have a vagina. Women will think that the man needs the vagina to have babies. But a man really don't need the vagina to have babies anymore, because now the man can give up his penis, sperm, to a system that they can actually freeze your sperm and actually put it in a fucking machine and make a baby. So men really are not afraid of losing a woman for a baby. They're not. And marriage, a man doesn't worry about marriage because marriage is too expensive. And also, women are being married to men for only a few years. They're not being married for 60 years. They're not being married for 50. Most women are married to men to like 3 or 4 years now, or 5 or 6 years. That's not a long time. And they're getting divorced because the man got a lot of money. She's going to divorce him to take his money, or take something that he has, or the kids. Or she regrets being married to him, or she just missed her past lifestyle that she used to live by partying and having a bunch of men around her. She misses that, and she wants to be hanging out with her daughter, or maybe hanging out with her granddaughter, because her granddaughter like, Mom, let's go to the club. Grandma, let's go to the club. Mom, let's go to the club and meet some young men. Sure. Let me dress and let me find some clothes. Don't, Grandma. I'm going to take you out shopping. Then the daughter takes the mom out shopping, get her these sleazy ass clothes to go out and meet some young guys, because she can't meet a man that she was meeting years ago because she doesn't look the same. But these younger guys will take advantage of that because she got money or they get free pussy. It's the thing. Us men, we want something more when we're older. We want something more. I'm not saying every man is older, still doesn't act like a child, because they do have men out there that still act young-minded and still mess with young girls, but won't mess with an older woman, because sometimes older women look at older men as ill. You see that guy over there? He's sexy. If I was younger, I would date him. But what is he going to do for you? Oh, he got a bigger penis. Who cares? He got a bigger penis. What are you going to do with that penis? He gonna give you an orgasm and leave you alone. You never see him again. That's all you want? That's why you got fingers. That's why you got toys. But that's just me. I'm just being my opinion. It's sad how we live in the day to try to meet relationships because the men and the women are just tearing each other apart. To try to even meet, we can't even meet in person. Like we used to be at McDonald's, Burger King. We used to be on a corner. You meet Chinese store. We used to meet places face to face, sit out in the park, go to dinner, probably go to the older stores like Sizzlers, the old seafood shanty, Red Lobster, where everything was just cheap. McDonald's, Burger King, whatever you get two for $3. You used to get the cheap shit, and people didn't give a fuck. People didn't give a fuck about that expensive shit. Didn't care about the wining and dining. Where you want to go? Let's go to McDonald's. I want to taste that new hamburger that just came out. Man, we go to McDonald's, get that $3 hamburger. She don't give a fuck. Fucking that shit the fuck up. Drinking that fucking, drinking that drink. And then we out going whatever we want to fucking go after that. You know what I mean? Go for a walk along the beach or go along, walk around the pier or through the park. And we sit and talk for hours. And we don't have to fuck that night. We can go home, get on the phone, talk until 3 in the fucking morning. Fall asleep on the phone together. Remember them long ass core phones that we used to travel around the house, or your mom used to pick up and say, "Get the fuck off the phone," when she's trying to use the fucking phone. You know what I mean? You be up there like, "Okay, shorty, I'll call you back in 5 minutes." It'd be like 5 hours because your mom was on the phone for 5 hours talking to one of her girlfriends. But when you get back on that phone, it'd be like 12 midnight. Mom sleep, grandma sleep, and you're on the phone until early in the morning with the girl, falling asleep. What happened to that? What happened to that? What happened to the long conversations? Fuck the text messaging. Because text messaging is trash. Half people can't spell. You know what I mean? Half the people make up words that don't make sense. And how can you argue? I don't understand how people argue through text messaging. It's like the craziest thing. You could call the motherfucker and talk to them on the phone and argue on the phone, or meet them first face to face and argue with them in person. They're spending a whole 20 to 25 minutes to write a whole page of how much you don't like them. It don't make no sense. This is the reason why I don't understand text messaging when you can actually go and meet that person face to face and talk to them face to face or on the phone. That's why they invented the phone. But people don't want to use the phone. People don't like to talk on the phone anymore. It's like talking on the phone is the most dangerous motherfucking thing. Like, call me. Okay, I'll call you. But they'll text you. Call me. Don't call me. Text me. I tell you to text me first, so make sure I'm home. Or to make sure I'm around to answer my phone. Because I always tell people to text me first. But when I don't text you back, that means I'm not around. But when I text you and say, call me, you don't want to call me. You want to text me 3 or 4 times. I said, call me. Oh, I'm doing something. What the fuck? Didn't I just tell you to text me when I'm home so you can know I'm home so you can call me? Oh, well, I'm doing something right now. So you know what? Forget it. What's the point of you paying a phone bill? Why do you have a phone bill? The phone is not just for texting. Texting was invented because people were complaining about talking on the phone. But now it's a thing that nobody wants to talk. People say they'll keep their cell phone minutes down. No, it does not. Texting actually makes you use more of your minutes than it does you calling somebody on the fucking phone. You use less minutes on the phone than you do text messaging? Because that is that's something that you got to send out. You got to send that. Phone calls you don't send. You just call and you talk. It's like you being on a landline. You pay less making a phone call than you do texting. That's why people be like, you going over. That's why they send you a text message. You going over your limit because it's your text messages. Because when you get on these websites, you got to text. So you're actually texting on these websites like YouTube, Tag, Instagram. You're using the text messaging system through your phone. That's why they say you will have to pay or something, the charges will be involved when you use these websites. You get charged using the text messages on these websites. That's the reason why your bill be so fucking high. No matter high, but your bill will you get a bill saying that you use more of your text message. Just go look on your motherfucking bill and watch when you see that little sign print on the bottom of it when it says text messaging. They can make you pay for that shit. Because phone calls are different because you're not going to be on the phone long. That's the reason why they want you to use your phone. But people want to use text messaging, but they want to just. That's why I don't understand that back in the day you couldn't use your text messaging that long. That means you had a certain hour. I think they'll stop you from texting, and you will have it for free at night. And phone calls, but I don't know. All phone calls are for free anyway. But you had to text only at night. I forgot, it was like in the 90s. That's when phones started to come out. That's when text messaging was really, really in its infancy, where they will allow you to say, okay, say it. Well, you couldn't use. Say they shut your phone. Say they shut your phone off, right? They shut it off. They stop you from using your text messages at a certain time, but you can use your text messaging like around 6 o'clock at night for free on weekends. They don't do that shit no more. Now you gotta pay, and that's the way I'm talking about. Like it's crazy. Like to meet somebody. And my boy always told me you were paying for coochie regardless. It's true. You're paying it through your cell phone because you're paying your cell phone bill. But men are actually paying their cell phone bill to talk to females. So they're basically paying these apps, these separate apps, to talk to females, knowing that women get shit for free and men don't. They don't. They gotta pay. Men gotta pay. Women don't have to pay because that's the only way these apps can make money is off of men, not the women, because women get everything for free. When they go to these certain places, you always say women get in for free. Women gets drinks for free. Us men, we walk in the bar. How much? Wait, but she got it for free. Oh, she women are for free until 11. $20. $20. What? What the fuck? Damn, $20. Yeah, $20, and you gotta pay for drinks. Oh yeah, you gotta pay for the women's drinks too. So once 11 o'clock, you're gonna start. If you want some coochie, you gotta start dumping up the dollars, man. Cause we used to like, we didn't care back then. We didn't care because we were young and we were obsessed with women. So we didn't care to pay $20 to get into a club to meet a female because it was much easier to get that female, to conversate with that female, to dance with that female, and probably to take her home if she doesn't disappear with another guy. But it was a lot easier because you get all dressed up. Women get all dressed up for that one night. But if she's interested in you, she'll pull you over. Yeah, she'll probably make you buy her a drink. But see, that will probably be the action for her to be interested in you because she hangs around you and she leaves with you. That means that she would really like you. But today, women will grab drinks and leave, and you'll never see them fuck again. You'll see them with another guy down at the other end because that guy's buying more expensive drinks. Because it ain't the cheap drinks no more. It's that expensive drinks that women be going after. You know what I mean? And they be sitting behind that bar, and they'll go to the fucking, they'll dance with you. But 5 minutes later, after they dance that one song that they're never going to dance again, they'll sit there and say, well, let's go to the bar. They'll drag you over to the bar and make you buy them a drink and food. And you're sitting up there like, God damn, am I going to get the pussy tonight? No. Can I meet you again? No. What time are you getting out of here? I'm about to leave with my girlfriend, even though she came by herself. But she'll lie and say she got a whole bunch of girlfriends. And the funny thing about it, she will actually pretend she's leaving with a whole bunch of girls, and the girl don't even fucking know the girl. But they will actually leave with a whole bunch of girls that they don't even know to leave out the club, so you won't be able to follow them. Or they'll ask, look, pretend that you're my friend. You know what I mean? So this guy won't talk to me because he spent over $300 in drinks. Because guys will spend a lot of money on a drink if they really like the female. Guys will spend a whole bunch of money on the female, dog. We will spend money. I mean, we will try our best to not, because I always tell us men, stop trying to impress a female with money. Like, just try to impress a female with your charisma, your personality. But it's hard today because when we talk to a female, the first thing a female will say, like my boy was up there making a joke when this girl walked by, he said hi to her. No, he said, "Can I go with you?" She said, "Yeah, you gonna pay for my food? You gonna pay for my food?" He got up. Now I don't know if he paid for the food. He told me he didn't pay for the food, but when he got up, I'm like, he actually got up. But I don't think he heard her when he said, "Well, you gonna pay for my food?" And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. If he heard that, he probably would never got up. But I'm just saying that's happening nowadays. That you can't say hello without them not paying attention to you, or they're pretending they're on their phone, or they ignore you. A hi is not hard. Like, it's not hard to say hi to somebody. Like, and I get the ignorant hi. Hi. Like, I'm disturbing you or something like that. I'm disturbing your runway modeling thing or something and the mall. Like you have to be ignorant. You can't just say hi. What's the word hi? Nobody wants to say that shit. It's like the word hi is like a man with a fucking knife trying to stab you to death or something. Because I say hi to a female once in a blue moon, and I honestly I say white women say hi more than any other culture will ever say hi. Because white women will always say hi to anybody. Like I can say hi to a white woman, she'll like hello and keep walking. Black women be like looking at me like I'm crazy. Like the word hello is dangerous. Like hi beautiful. Who are you? I'm just saying hi. I don't want you. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm just saying hi to you. Why are you saying hi for? It's not gonna be hi. Don't say hi to me. I'm like, you know what? That's cool. That's why I'm distancing myself because this is crazy. To say hi is the worst thing. To call a woman beautiful, man, I get torn up if I call a woman beautiful. If I call her a queen, don't call me a queen. Now I found out queen is not a good word to use towards females because it actually means whore in the kingdoms. So I gotta change that to not calling women queens anymore because it means a bad word. So I'm not trying to call women queens no more. But I used to call women queens. I used to call them beautiful. But oh, you always call all women that. Why I can't call all women that? If I believe all women are beautiful, why can't I call other women beautiful? Why do I have to only call you beautiful? You say that to all the females? Yes, I say that to all the females. I say it to the women I think look beautiful. I'm not just going to call you beautiful and not call the next woman over there beautiful because you want me not to call her beautiful. Or that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm a man. I'm supposed to give compliments to females. I'm supposed to call her beautiful. I'm supposed to call her pretty. I'm supposed to call her unattractive. I'm supposed to call her ugly because that's my opinion. You call men handsome all over the place. You do that. If you want to call him handsome, okay. You want to call him gorgeous, go ahead. That's your choice. I'm not gonna say, oh, why you call him gorgeous? Why you do that all the females? You do that all the males? That's your choice. You can call every single motherfucking nigga out there, black, white, Puerto Rican, all nationalities, gorgeous. Why would I get mad for it? Women will actually go deep into men, telling them why do you call all women that? Why? It doesn't matter. This you know I'm giving respect. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not calling you a bitch. I'm not calling you a whore. I'm not calling you a tot. I'm not calling you all these other names that are disrespectful, which women gravitate more to than a man calling them beautiful. They love that word. They love that B word. They love the female dog word. Female dog and heat word. They love that word. So they gravitate towards that. They talk about us men loving the word, the N word. Yeah, we say it a lot, but we don't gravitate towards each other calling each other bitches. And that's being female dog and heat. But women gravitate towards that word. So we just like, damn, y'all like that word so much. Men are starting to call you on that on a daily basis. I'm hearing men calling women bees all the fucking time. And back then, it was disrespectful to even mention that word around a woman. Women didn't even want to hear that word. Now women accepted that word like it's a fucking gift. That's all I hear from men. B. Ah, you're so funny, John. Oh my God, you're so funny. Like they accept that shit. Like, God damn, girl, how can you accept a man calling you a B? Like, I don't understand that. You like to be called a female in heat. You like to be called a tot, which I believe is a tater tot. Um, you like to be called a whore. Everybody know what a whore is. Everybody know what a hoe is. A hoe is not just a word because there's many versions of hoes and there's many words of whores. They like that word. I don't understand. They accept that word. They call themselves that word. It doesn't make any sense. Like the generation has changed, and relationships are just so trashed, and everybody thinks they're happy just because somebody tells them that they love them. I said, do they really love you? Does a man and a woman really love the person that they're with, or if they're just there because they don't want to be alone? Because being lonely is the only way people say that they love somebody. Because if you're happy, you don't have to tell that person that you love them because they already should know that you love them by the way you do things for them, how you carry yourself, and how you respect them. That's and how they can trust you. Because, like I said, trust is a word that people don't understand or don't value more than any other word because trust should be the word that should be more important than love anyway. But do people really love each other? I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, "Oh, I love you, baby." Is it true? Do you really love that person? Not to flirt with somebody else or talk to somebody else or make your eye contact with another female or another male. You know what I mean? Knowing that us men are going to do it, we're going to do it anyway because it's a flirtatious thing. We can't help that we flirt, but is it flirtation to a point that men and women are going to say, I need, because you know, temptation always going to exist inside of a man and a woman. It's always called temptation. I don't care what man of age you are. It's always temptation. We're always going to be tempted, you know, especially if we are interested. If we find that person attractive, we're going to go over there and slide over there. Yo, what's your name? We're not going to talk because we know we're in a relationship, but we're just going to try to be interested to make that person our friend. In case we do break up with our ex, we could break up with our relationship. We could go over to this person because this person's highly attractive because we got temptations. I'm never going to say that we don't. But the thing is love a real word that we should be using in relationships nowadays. Because, like I said, love ain't valued like it was before. Trust ain't valued like it was before. Because, like I said, when you have social media, when you have the internet, and you have all these apps, can you trust your male or female? Can you trust them? Can you actually trust them that they don't got all these numbers in their phone? Can you trust them that they have not liked every single female's picture or every male's picture? Like I said, women don't like males' pictures that much, but I like males do like females pictures more than women do males' pictures. But can you trust your man as being faithful to you? Can you trust your woman being faithful to you? Because love is just a word, but you got to prove it. You can't just say a word and you're not actually loving that person. You're using that person to get what you want, and that person's alone, and you know that person doesn't have nobody else in their life, and they fell in love with you because they needed somebody to love them. Because, like I said, it's hard to find love, dog. It's not easy to jump into a relationship. So I don't care if fuck you with somebody for 60 years. People be in love. People don't break out of love earlier than that when they even just be together because they have a family. They are helping their family. They know they want to see their kids grow as a family. So that's the reason why a lot of these men and women stay together for 60 years. And they fucking don't even care enough about each other. They don't even love each other. They probably love each other, but not love each other in the sense that they used to love each other when they first met. But that love falls apart, man. Love doesn't last forever. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can always still be something to somebody. Because I'm not, me and my daughter mom been broken up for almost, about, 8 years, I think. No, no, going on 14, I think 14 years me and my daughter mom been broken up. And the thing is, I still have love for my daughter mom. Even though my daughter mom has a boyfriend, I don't interrupt their relationship. Even though my daughter mom is troubling with that relationship, but I don't get involved in that shit because I still have a feeling for her that I wish I never messed up that relationship. I could have been married to her, but it didn't happen, you know. But the thing is, what it wasn't for me, it wasn't true love. For her, maybe it was. I don't know, but I broke up that. That's the reason why I think that I would never ever be in a relationship because of what I have done to females in my past, and I think it caught up to me. You know, I was never in love with anyone, but except one female. But the thing was that I always played around, I always cheated, I always lied. But see, it was acceptable back then. Today, it's very acceptable. All the shit I did in my past, if I would have done today, I would have a lot of female friends. You know, I would have a lot of friends. If I did the shit I had done in my past, I would have had done today. I'm trying to tell you because back then it wasn't acceptable to cheat. It wasn't acceptable to lie. But today it is. So I'm looking at myself like, God damn, I was born in the wrong damn decade. Like, God damn, like, I'm wrong, bro. I was born in the wrong generation. Because my generation, if you lied, you get your ass whipped. If you cheated, you get your ass whipped or you get yourself killed. Today, it's not like that. I mean, even men do cheat, and there's some type of killing and all that kind of stuff. But it's not like you could get away with it. Today, you can't get. Back in the day, you couldn't get away with it. And if you did, you got to be very slick. My boys told me I got away with it. I still don't know how I got away with it, but they told me I got away with it. But the thing is, today I would have been a king. I would have been worshipped for lying and cheating today because it's acceptable. You know, it's really accepted. You know, uh, and it's crazy that we going through this shit because we don't have that children not being born like that, and marriage has dropped to the bottom of low percentage. Ever since the '80s, it's crazy. Like, and women will blame men, and men will blame women. We don't. I blame both. You know, I mean, I blame technology. You know what I mean, technology is our downfall, and it's always going to be our downfall until we are all gone. Technology is going to be our downfall because we accept technology and we accept technology to control us, and we consider ourselves not human because the internet is plugged up to our brains. Like I said about the Matrix, the movie The Matrix, we are plugged up to the system. So basically, ever since we've been plugged into the system, we've been robots. You know, you can even look at China and Japan. Look how they walk through the streets with their heads down with their cell phones all through China and Japan. Even in certain countries like India and many other countries are not allowed to have cell phones like that out. But other countries, they got their heads down. America is basically the same way as these other countries, you know, with their heads down, looking at their phone. We can't not resist the phone. You know, back in the day, it was all about money. We couldn't resist the dollar bill. Ben Franklin's, the Thomas Jeffersons. Now we can't put our phone down. We have to have our phone in our possession. We have to have that because it's all about, oh, well, we got to have our phone because we got all our shit in it. It doesn't matter. Well, they're stealing our shit from us through technology. They're stealing all our information and shit. I don't know how we accept that, but we do. But we have all our shits taken away from us through technology. But we still accept it. We love it. We love the drama. The drama is intense nowadays, yo. Drama is making us money. Drama is making us evil. And you see how people are going through hate, racism. It's all through the phone. You know, and the lies they tell and the things they say through the phone, and people actually believe the phone is telling you the truth. People don't even believe a human being, but they'll believe their phone is telling the truth more than a human being because they have Google. And everybody know what Google is. Google is nothing but 1% of the internet. Nobody talks about the dark web because the dark web is 99% of the internet. So Google's the only engine. Well, they got other engines behind that, but Google's the most used engine besides the dark web, which is 99% of the internet. So, I mean, we don't know the truth from a lie because Google controls their own engine. They can rewrite everything on there. You can even look that up. You can even look online right now and go to does Google rewrite their stuff? They'll tell you they do. They rewrite everything on their page. Like they rewrite different things. Like during COVID, they made a whole fucking thing about COVID. They made a whole thing about the radiation. They written that out. They tried to get information and put it on Google so people could learn about that during that time because that's the only engine. If you go on the dark web and look up that information, you'll probably see the truth because dark web has nothing but the truth on it. But Google can rewrite anything they want and put anything they want you to believe by putting fact checks on every fucking thing, knowing that they teach you all this shit in school. Well, they don't teach it today, but when I was growing up, most of the stuff that I'm talking about, they taught me in school about. But when I talk about it, they'll tell me that I'm wrong, and they try to fact check me with the stuff that they already taught me in high school. And I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. You're trying to fact check me stuff that you already taught me and tell me that I'm lying knowing that I'm telling the truth. Because everybody believes the internet is real. They live in a fantasy world. They're living in a matrix. They're living in the technology of what the Terminator went through, with the movies of Terminator, or many other movies that dealt with like Star Trek and many other TV shows that are back in the past that was talking about technology. It's all fantasy. But we took that fantasy and we try to make our cell phones a reality by believing everything on the cell phone is true. Like, if I look at myself in this reflection of this fucking phone, knowing it's a computer duplicate of me, people will actually believe that's them. It is you, but it's a computer duplicate of you. That's all it is. Little mini pistols of computer lines make you up as an image, but that's not really you. But you really believe it's you. Like a photo, it's an image reflecting of you, but it's not you. Everybody knows that. It's not but a little mental picture. I can't say the damn word. Mega pickles, patchels, whatever you call that shit. I always get that word wrong. Of you. But we are drawn to lies, dog. Like lies are more simple. We lie. We think that people are stupid and crazy when they tell the truth. Like, oh, why is that person talking? Why is that person talking so much about this? Why? Because you know why? People should learn things, dog. Like y'all gonna see by 2040, by 2050, what really is going to be fucking happening to what technology is going to do for humans and how technology is going to take over humans' minds and control them because they're already got these computers that actually are smarter than any human, but they haven't come out yet. Like these video games, they're making these games a lot smarter because they want to make money off of people because they say they want a better challenge. So they make these games harder. They make the AI a lot harder to beat. And they're going to make them a lot harder and harder and harder to beat. And just not just that. They're going to make computer cars. We just saw, me and my boy just saw a car that was an automatic car that was driving somebody somewhere that Tesla made. Automatic car. Like, I looked over, like, that car looked like one of the mapping cars that map the city. No, it was actually a car that actually drives people around without nobody driving. I'm like, wow, I've never seen one before. Saw one downtown. They got these they got new things that are coming out that people just don't fucking notice coming out. That's actually going to make humans act. They making robots in supermarkets. They making robots being answering your phone. They're probably not even going to need human beings to be on telephones anymore. They're going to use computers. They're going to. That's what I'm saying. Now I understand why Trump is trying to force people to find jobs because he knows that technology is going to actually. That's why Elon Musk. I believe Elon Musk is fighting Trump because of technology. Because look, Elon Musk is trying to make a world that technology is going to control everything. Everything. So Donald Trump sees that. Donald Trump is probably trying to keep that from happening by forcing people to work, like forcing people to get jobs, because he knows technology is going to come to a point that human beings are not going to be able to be used anymore because technology is going to dominate the landscape by using robots and by using AI. Because they already got police dogs that are robots. They got military that means they're teaching military robots. They even had they stopped showing videos of that, but they actually have military robots and they actually got cops that they're making into robots. So they're trying to keep jobs for humans because in the future human beings are not going to be able to work anymore because computers and technology is going to take over the landscape. And people think this is not going to be true. It is true because they already have it out already. They show you in front of your face that robots are actually they're creating robots to actually do more than humans, and they work for free. You got to pay a human to work. Why pay a human and you can pay a motherfucking robot? Only thing you have to do is pay the people that actually updates the computer every year and shit like that and put new updates. That's all. And fix the robot. You can pay them, or you get a robot can actually fix another robot. Just put some fucking shit in the computer. It will actually upload all this shit to the fucking robot. So you actually can fix the robot through another robot. So it's going to be that way. That's why I'm thinking that's the reason why Trump is fighting with Elon Musk because of technology. Because I think he sees that in the future, technology is going to take control of everything and human beings are going to be obsolete. That means you can see it in China, you can see it in Japan, that they got robots doing every fucking thing. What's the point of not having that here in the United States, which is coming to be pretty soon, and human beings are not going to be able to work and not have a job. We'll all be homeless. And we'll all be walking down the street while robots be up there living the good life. It's going to happen. You see it in Terminator. You see it in motherfucking movies that got robots in it. They're telling you the future. And I hate Donald Trump. But I could think that's the reason why him and Elon Musk don't get along. Because Elon Musk sees the future as AI. Donald Trump wants to live the old school life of working hard, making money through working, paying bills and shit like it, and paying taxes. He probably wants to be like that, but that's why they don't get along. And that's why Elon Musk left. You know what I mean? Everybody's destroying his technology because if people don't really see it, that the phone is just the beginning of technology. Computers and all that shit is all the beginning, but robots are getting smarter. They're creating these robots. They're making robots get into computers, learning about everything, getting into the satellites and everything, learning about everything. Downloading shit to their mainframe and their motherboards to learn shit. And human beings don't understand we're going to be obsolete pretty soon. We're going to be what they're going to get rid of. And this is the reason why I believe that things are being taken away from us through money. I mean, through giving us things for free because it'll force us to work to keep that shit from happening. But, we are fighting Donald Trump now for, oh, how dare you take this and this and that from you. But we're not thinking of how this might help us keep us from being obsolete to the robot or the AI that's going to actually take control of everything, which they're taking control of everything right now. So, everything is worked through AI anyway. So this is just a little small portion of what's really going to happen in the future. You know, um, it's crazy, but that's all I wanted to say because I don't want to go and make this a big ass video. But bless to everybody. I'm not putting women down. All right, I love my women. I love women to death. I just want to explain why women are not seeing men as much in clubs, bars, and not talking to men as much on social media, and us seeing women only as uh, a, a product and not something to marry or be in a relationship with. And because what we see nowadays of what women are actually doing to themselves is like, we call it disrespect, but women won't call it disrespect. But they talk about they're making money. I understand you making money. That's what you should do. I'm not gonna stop no woman from making no money. But it's how you make your money and how men see you as when you're making that money. And like I said, money is king. So you're never gonna stop a woman from making money at all. She's never gonna stop. Bless to everybody. Turn this